going on, everybody? It is still Sunday, April 29th, and this is the second video in my trucking and maintenance videos. This is the one we're going to talk about the diesel exhaust system, you know, the DEF fluid system, which basically is nowadays known as the SCR system. SCR stands for Selective Catalyst Reduction. It's come a long way from the old days. It started out with EGR systems, and then we went from EGRs to just DPF filters to what we've got now. And I think the technology has gotten a lot better. You don't see, you still see issues with it, but I think a lot of that is because the government keeps changing the regulations on how many miles per gallon the trucks have to get and emission standards and all that. So every time they find something that works, then they've got to change it to meet government regulation. But overall, I don't think it's a bad system. I think they've got it down pretty well at this point. So I'm going to kind of take you through and just explain the principles of it and how it actually works, because I don't think there's a lot of people that understand how it truly works. And I thought this might be an interesting video, so hopefully you guys will learn something from this. Now, there's so many parts that are involved. There's DOC sensors, you got your doser injector. There's so many things that go into this, so I'm going to break it down and just tell you how it works. We're not going to get into sensors and what communicates, what readings those sensors take to communicate with the ECM, so the ECM knows what to do and all that. We're not getting into all that. I'm just going to take you through the principles of the system and explain to you how it works. The whole point of the after treatment system is to remove the harmful emissions that your engine produces and shoots out the exhaust. And there's four main types of pollutants that come out, which is your NOx, your hydrocarbons, your carbon monoxide, and the soot. So let me get my poor man's whiteboard out, and we're going to illustrate this for you, and I'm going to show you exactly, basically how the SCR system works. So bear with me a second. I'll be right back. All right, this is my poor man's illustration of the selective catalyst reduction system. It's not really that complex, guys, so I'm going to break it down for you as easy as I can. So you got your engine here, and no, it's not powered with flower power. That's your fan. So you've got your exhaust gases, right, that are produced. This is your exhaust manifold. The first phase of this process happens in the diesel oxidation catalyst. So your exhaust gas flows, and in this phase, this is where your hydrocarbons and your carbon monoxide are all removed, okay? The only thing you're left with is NOx and soot. So from there, the exhaust gas keeps going. It goes into your DPF, or your diesel particulate filter. This is the filter that everybody hates because it's so expensive to either replace or it's expensive to get it cleaned. The reason that it needs to be cleaned is because it traps the soot. The soot does not pass any further than this diesel particulate filter. So once this filter gets clogged, you know, soot is just, I mean, think about it. If you say you light a fire outside, and then, you know, you have all the burned, you know, like sticks or pallets or whatever it is you're burning, the burned wood, all that ash, just think about it. If you try to put that into a little tube, what happens? Eventually it clogs up, right? Got to clean it out. So that's the job of the diesel particulate filter, to trap the soot. And then from there, all you've got is NOx. And by the way, NOx stands for nitrogen oxide. So you got the NOx that passes on through, and it goes into the final phase, which is the reduction phase. And what happens is, this is where your doser injector injects your diesel exhaust fluid. And I wrote this down here, DEF, diesel exhaust fluid. Diesel exhaust fluid is just a mixture of urea and deionized water. Now, I'm not a scientist. I don't know what the hell that is. But that's what makes up your diesel exhaust fluid. I have heard people say they'll just use water instead of actually buying DEF fluid if they get in a pinch. You know, I don't know for sure whether or not that's a good idea, because I'm not sure what urea is, and I'm not sure what the exact mixture of that is. So, you know, just be warned about that. But in your final phase, your NOx passes into the reduction catalyst. The DEF fluid is injected, and that's what basically the mixture of the DEF fluid and the NOx combine. They react, and then you get clean air, or not air, but clean emissions coming out your tailpipe. So what does that mean? I'll show you what it means. What that means is all the emissions coming out of the exhaust stack are clean, and it's not killing the environment and killing all the trees, and you know, everybody's happy. So it's a pretty involved process. I tried to break it down and make it as simple as possible. So just a real quick recap: you go from your engine, you've got your exhaust gas, goes into your DOC, diesel oxidation catalyst. Hydrocarbons and carbon monoxide are removed. You're left with NOx and soot. That passes through to the second phase into the diesel particulate filter. The soot gets trapped in the filter. That's why there's regular maintenance needed on the filter. And all you've got is NOx. The NOx passes through into the reduction phase. You've got DEF fluid injected with the NOx. Those two react, and they create clean emissions out of Godson Trucking's truck, and he can happily pull CPAP's trailer down the road. So in a nutshell, guys, that's how your emission system on your truck works. So hopefully that clears it up for you. Hopefully you found that informative, and hopefully it was helpful to you. And by the way, if anybody wants that paper that I drew, you can send me $10,000 and I'll autograph it for you, and I'll mail it off to you, and you'll never be confused about how the system works again, right? No, I'm just kidding. But in all seriousness, like I said, hope you guys learned something. And I'm going to wait and see a little bit, see if these maintenance or instructional videos, whatever you want to call them, see how they go. If I get a good response for them, maybe I'll keep doing more stuff like this. If not, then I'll probably scrap it. So at any rate, I appreciate you watching this. Again, I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your comments or questions in the box down below there. And I guess that's about it. So until next time, everybody, be good, be smart, be safe. Email me if you want, helpwithtrucking@hotmail.com. Don't forget to check out Thomas the Trucker here on YouTube. I put his link in the last video I did, so check out Thomas the Trucker. And I guess that's about it. So you guys be good, and I'll catch you down the road later on.